putting, just a quick couple of tips. So first of all, what I would like you to do is when you're looking behind the ball to the hole, after you've made your green read and you're comfortable with the direction that you want the ball to fall in. So sometimes, for people who don't know, that when you're on a putting green, there's often slopes. So more often than not, you're not actually aiming directly at the cup. But this is a pretty flat surface, so I know that this is a pretty flat putt. So with that in mind, I want you to maybe just try, next time you go out onto the course, or even on the putting green, or even better, at home in your front living room, you can just put something down, maybe a coin, put your ball, and you can like practice your routine. So you can actually practice at home without even being on the course. So for this, the run up to the putt, I want you to just try and stand directly behind the ball and the hole, rather than having your practice putt to the side. I think that when you are able to look almost like down the barrel of the gun, the direction that you're actually going to hit that putt makes life a lot easier for you to see that line. So when you step in, club goes behind the ball, eyes go to the hole, come back to the ball, and that's the moment that you pull the trigger. So another thing to add to that is that your practice putt, before you hit the putt, has to resemble the one that you're actually going to hit. So if I'm hitting a 2-foot putt, there's no way that I want a practice swing to look like this, because clearly it's going to go too far. So what you can do, you can try and implement you looking at the ball, then to the hole, and keeping your eye focused on the hole, and just having a practice swing, trying to mimic that distance. A really good example of that would be, if I was going to throw a ball to Max the cameraman, and I threw it to him and he caught it, and I stepped 5 yards back and I said, Max, throw that ball to me again, he'd throw it to me instinctively. But then if I said, right Max, here you go, he's caught the ball, he then closes his eyes, and then I walk a certain amount of distance away and he's still not really sure how far away I am, and I say to him, please throw the ball back, he's not going to have a clue. That represents in putting not looking at the hole. So too often people will have the practice putt like this. So they're so focused on the actual kind of like the mechanics of the putt that they completely lose the ability to judge how far away they are. So we're actually losing that instinct when it comes to a putt. So by having a practice putt, you can feed in like the speed of the putt just purely by using your eyes. So next time you're out, or even in your front living room, just give that a little go. So that was just a small insight into one of the many components. Even though putting is such a simplistic task, there are some other areas that you can look at. You can look at like the way that your eyes work. We can look at like how functional the way that you're able to read a green is, because if you're hitting good putts but constantly missing, maybe it's not the putting, maybe it's the way that you green read. So we can look into that. There's loads and loads of different elements to this. So if you're keen to try and develop your putting skills, I'm always available for a lesson or just a chat on the driving range.